Welcome or welcome back. My name is Brenda. Today I want to challenge the idea that rest is productive. Because why the hell does rest have to be productive? This whole last week I've been spending time with the idea of the creative and how much time the creative spends creating rather than just living life, and how sometimes we think that there are two different things. When someone is innately creative, when creation just bursts out of them naturally, they need a lot of downtime. They need a lot of time to play, a lot of time to be bored and to sit and read and eat fruit and watch it drip down their hands. Creatives need to spend time in play and in pleasure just as much as they are spending time doing their work, doing their singing, doing their craft, painting or acting or YouTube or mentoring, whatever their form of creativity morphs itself into. That person needs just as much time to just be themselves. And I think that is when we are most inspired. That is where our best ideas come from, is when we aren't in the mental state of creating. And that's another thing that I was hitting a wall up against this week, and that's something that I want for all of us to explore as creatives, is this feeling of creative block, right? 3 or 4 times this week, I set up the camera to film and I just sat here not knowing what to say. And normally I'm a yapper. I don't know when to stop talking. And I just didn't know what to say. I didn't know what to talk about. I didn't know what to post. And it's funny because I think what I needed was to be involved in my life. I needed to drop down into surrender and really just be in my day-to-day life, be present in the mundane. And now that I'm sitting here with you, now that I've rested, I'm on the first day of my bleed, I've got a delicious mug of my Sagrada Sangre tea. I'm an herbalist, so I make teas for women in postpartum, for cramps, pregnancy, all sorts of things. And so right now I'm drinking my period blend and it helps with cramps, and it's really tastes so good as well. I'm drinking it out of my favorite mug. Isn't she darling? But anyways, this is what the creative's life is about. The creative's life is for drinking tea hot. You can have a million mugs spread all throughout the room as a creative, but I also urge you to sit down and to drink your drinks hot, and to remember that as a creative, your purpose is to create, and you cannot create from an empty cup, right? You cannot pour from an empty cup, and we've been told this 100 times, but I'm just here to tell you one more time that you deserve to play, that you deserve to rest. Oh my golly. My cup just spilled everywhere and fell on my favorite new book. It's called Wild or Succulent Wild Women. It's a little bit wet now. It's a little bit more succulent now. Anyways, we are here to play. We are here to take pleasure in life. We are here to sit down and do nothing all day. There is no reason that rest needs to be productive. There's no reason that you need to be telling yourself that rest is productive. Rest is unproductive, and that is okay. This comes from a culture that has sold us this idea that we need to be on at all times, that we need to constantly be, productive, that we need to be producing, that we need to be creating. And that's just not the path of the creative. And you know that. And maybe this is just the message that you needed to hear, that it's time to slow down and go back to play and go back to laughter and go back to the simple, basic things, like making sure you're eating enough and drinking enough water and sleeping enough and playing enough and laughing enough and just truly being being the person that you came here to be, which is just a human being, which is somebody here to explore and to create from a place of expression. And so the moment that your creation feels forced, or that your creation feels like something that you are like pushing yourself to do, that is a perfect sign to stop, drink a hot cup of tea, sit outside, read a book like The Succulent Wild Woman, eat some figs. Aren't those gorgeous? We are here to make fun of ourselves. We are here to not know what to say. We are here to make bad art. We are here to make bad cooking and eat each other's cooking and say it was good. And so I want us to remember to go back to the simple things. That when you are a creative and you are feeling like you don't know what to create, like you don't know what to post, like you don't know what to say, just go outside, go play. Forget about all of it for a little bit, and then you'll come back with so much to do and so much to say and so much to create and paint and sing about and draw about. But I think we need to go back to the basics, sit down with ourselves, remember to sit in silence, to sit in stillness, to listen to the birds, to watch the sunset. It sounds so cliche, and I'm full of cliches, but I think this week the reason why I was angry mommy monster and wasn't feeling myself is because I continued to push myself to create past a limit that I wasn't feeling. I wasn't feeling in the energy of creation, and yet I continued to push myself to create, and yet obviously nothing came out. Everything that I made this week all turned out into flops. And I think when I just gave myself the time, the whole day, to just sit and literally just be so lazy and not feel 2 cents about it, I felt this just well of creativity come forth from within me. And I've just felt so creative for like the whole rest of the day after actually taking that time to truly just be with myself and to let rest be super unproductive. Like, I am not going to subscribe to the like hyper biohacking, productivity hacking culture. I'm not here to do that. I'm here to brainwash you into thinking for yourself, into resting and calling it unproductive and calling that good. I'm here to just show you how to be a human again. I think that's what my mission is here on earth, is to like remind us that we're here to make mistakes. We're here to make bad art. We're here to have off days. We're here to be angry and to be mean and then to apologize. And that is, I think, what creates art. I would say that is what feeds the creative's heart. That is what feeds the creative's passions, is living a life so full and being so involved in their life that they make art out of their life. Well, thank you so much for listening to this video. I love you with my whole heart and my whole butt. We'll see you again next time. Mwah. Bye.